Hey, this is a quick review of Manifest Destiny from yesterday's lesson. Just remember, Manifest Destiny is a belief. It is a belief that people are going to move west no matter what. Americans thought it was their fate. So whoever got in their way, whatever got in their way, they were moving it out. And so the word destiny is something that's meant to happen. And so Manifest Destiny is just they were fulfilling their fate. And so today, and as Americans, do we think we have a sense of destiny for our country? Like what's going to happen? I think so. This picture was the big idea in the last lesson, the idea of someone pulling this woman, this Lady Liberty, into the West. And you can see how dark it is. The idea that she's going into the darkness, and behind her is light, the East Coast, and she's pulling technology with her. The idea of telegraph lines and a book in her hand, spreading education. And so you can see this is the idea of manifest destiny. Something is pulling us. She's floating in air, and it's being pulled into that West. Another picture you saw, this is the idea of stealing. The United States stole the land from other people. Again, a more negative viewpoint of manifest destiny. Now, expansion is the actual thing. The U.S. expanded and grew. Think of something expanding. Expanded into the West, but not only the West, we got Florida and Texas as well. And it's kind of the idea of a fever hitting, that it takes over the United States. And so here's a picture of us moving west into those mountains, into that rocky area. And so the idea, moving west, you can see the arrows pushing us west, and these are all the areas that we gained either by war, treaties, we bought them, we took them. You'll see this picture in the slides today. We went over this. The idea of manifest destiny came from a writer. He wrote this idea that people were moving west, and now we use it to just kind of explain westward expansion. Some reasons why people move west. Obviously the land, the ranching, mining, new forms of trade, new harbors, get to the Pacific Ocean, and political things is spreading our government, spreading our ideas westward. So there's a bunch of different reasons for moving west. Religion also could be part of that. So here's some other reasons why people went west. And the one guy, the president that is known for adding the most land in the United States, he added Oregon country, he added the Mexican Cession and Texas, is James K. Polk. And a lot of people don't hear about James K. Polk, so I thought I would kind of talk about him. You'll see him again in the next set of slides. But he's the president added more land than any other U.S. president. He was also the 11th president, and he got us into war with Mexico. So a little bit of more. He was best friends with Andrew Jackson, who later was the 7th president. James K. Polk, like I said, he had more land bigger than Louisiana Purchase. He added Oregon, 1.2 million square miles in the area of what they call the Mexican Cession, and he added Oregon when he signed a treaty with the British. And so some negative effects you read about and you watched were the Native Americans, fighting with them, forcing them to assimilate. Assimilate means to change their culture into the United States or the American culture. So they lost some of those things that they're so used to in their culture. They were forced into it. Not only just the way they lived, but their religion and other things were forced to change. So those are some facts. Let me switch to a different view here, and you can just see me. Hey. And I made a poster. So manifest destiny, belief that the U.S. had a right or a destiny to move west. And So you can see American expands, and these are the 4 ways we kind of add. and it's hard to see, but purchases, treaty, war, and annexation. Annexation just means that we've added other areas. So Texas, for example. And then negatives and positives. Negatives, war. It was very dangerous, especially the Oregon Trail. Native American impact, environment. What they did to the environment as they moved west, and the land they stripped of trees and other resources. And then the positives are the U.S. does gain these lands. They gain the farmland, the resources, opens up trade and trade routes. And we remember from our lessons before, trade equals, say it, power. I say that all the time, but trade equals power.